Ahem. Force is a powerful thing, tautology. Like sex, force is a force, and forgive me for saying so, a holy thing, not to be toyed with too lightly. When you sell sex, you cheapen and make tawdry? No. But what of those who sell force, abuse the power of wrought weapon to enforce the whim of public predator and private parasite? And worse of all, what of ye bottom feeders, bottom dwellers, press and political self-sellers, apparatchiks, American pravdas, who sell mind and pen and self? We've come a long way from laurel-wreathed days. We've cut a long way from Caesarian times of kings and public virtue. Propaganda has been perfected. Old, naive, forceful child, man, love ya. He was an amateur at that art. His rhetoric for public, well honed, but rhetoric still hung on sophistry. Wasn't mere marketing or postal or upholstery of business, vertu or crux? What is the matter? Time to sweat the hate out, shed the bad blood, the leeches free from bleeding. Time to bake the clay dry up, then gather belongings, bake and ride toward the west, the storm, conform never, restore, yes, zest, a weight of books. What are we looking at here? What do we got here? Books and shit everywhere. It's crazy. Technology is the bane of my existence. I am a natural multitasker, can do 6 things at once well, but not when Windows not responding. Then my productivity, strangled, precious resource, crawls to a standstill halt, or a kneel still, as it were. I am a marooned vessel, a confused mess, pre-roadkill, not sure which way to dash. Poverty is the father of my technological woes. This computer just won't do. It becomes my enemy. So I keep my notebook handy now at my side. Old analog trick to outwit technology's digital bullshit. Resume my productivity. Holy shit, I still have it, he exclaims. Get my pen rollin', get the ink tip slick and warm, the deluge rampage. How can a poet even live now? How can a late man give now a meaning? What cradle or crib to kick now awake? Screaming, I love my new life, time free, my new wife always with me. She makes me sick. The old discipline, I feel it laxing, waning now. The wound-up energy of necessity that drove me on flees. I feel and fear a grave gravity like nothing I've seen, foreseen, or feared before. An ill omen, ill bodes the thing. My time kills me, my books languish half finished. My heart slows to a thud from a pace of racing. My scudding prow dallies with the now, sails never catching wind, and I am marooned in 4 maroon walls in a room. My motivation slips. I am gripped by uncertainty. Will I land on my feet? Or will I eat a defeat bitterer in my leisure than any lash toward victory of old played out oppressive labor's whip and stern decree? I want the rains to come. I want the rains to come. I am no longer playing the game for fun. Play is one way to run, but running away is another kind of run, and running on after, flying gains is another run still. In my brain I have loaded much that one might say I was not entitled. Who was I to pile in my mind all that humanity on my own time and on my own dime? That is why we have society, the university, the academic hierarchy of overlords to oversee from high chair what mental food the many toddlers are to be fed. So now I sit with a bloated head. Some love, lone, last daughter died that Renaissance, a genius not of academic virtue, but Machiavellian virtue. But like the kings of Book 6, no place to go and nothing to show. But like the kings of Book 4, no place to go and nothing to show for, but to wait and wait. But to be a thoroughbred it means ... This we know, for Jers has said it. I will make it go, I will make it mine. I will keep the mind I stole back. Mine, and I will take these fruits, those fruits to which my mind entitles me. Well then, on and up. Does my poetry suck? Probably, if you're asking. Perhaps this is already hell or foretaste. Nothing goes my way. Why? Is it nature, mine, a conspiracy of fate, to try me, a comic spectacle, for some god's eyes behind the world veil, spying out the rout and wreck, and racking of my squid skeleton, and frame of bones? Why can't things go well? Do you know about the weight of worry? That is the weight of a completed work, of a perfect art. That is the weight of a completed work of perfect art, sitting precariously, open to every backstab of chance and fate, every eddy rapid in the river of a tumultuous life, a life a few steps or even one snap away from decisions that block your path, explosions of wrath at enemies who have injured you, proneness to mouth off and be empty-handed, out of a job and on the road by Thursday, penury at your door. And that's what happens to your cloistered art. Then what happens to your cloistered art? You need your ambition to spur you on and stake you down, a burning flame of fire. Do not lose your ambition yet. Vain one, master of vanity? For all is vanity. No, not so. The artist is no vain vessel merely, though clay he surely be, and no little mire. No, he as creator, as birth-giver is the craftsman adorning, the craftsman admiring the clay of his hands, fashioning not for vanity only, if at all, but for beauty and love. Not unoften is there hate also mixed in for one's art, the bitch muse who doesn't quit, and wraps our minds, our decisions warped by her, hard paths roundabout home to the same destination, to obliteration of the man, and not long after, the art, after reverberation, colorful ambulation, a little while, the siren blares a while, and the wine echoes away, after the whiner has whined his last, but the siren call still winds us up, no less, to wind her path. Music. Jers. That drab, draped gray of the world out there, dull in its aches and slow in its gait. I want bright blood, color, palette, for red and blue and yellow daubings. Wake up, world, rebelling against the spiritual material load that makes everything gray and unendurable, and stretches and steals all time. The rules, the lies of rules, guilt-ridden strictures that stick themselves in skin like a rivet spine of wounds to hold tight in spine. And that's that. And I'm good shit right there.